My name is Unisa Obami and I welcome you to Nata News TV. We are currently at African Village Tires and it's a lot of activity right here. We have nice buildings, we have nice shops, we have a lot of people, but the major business they do here is the selling of tires. You are officially welcome to Nata News TV once again. We are here to run an interview with Alhaji Issa Akombi Mohammed. He's the president of African Tire Village, and I must tell you, you don't want to miss out this interview because he is very loaded. He will take us through the journey of how African Tire Village began, and I'm very sure he would also be telling us about their members and how things have been done here. So you don't want to miss out, I bet it with you. Stay with us and don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm Alhaji Issa Akombi Mohammed, the President of the Association of Nigeria Tire Marketers and the market leader of African Tire Village.
How long have you been into this business and how has it been so far? And what really brought you into the business?
Actually, you get into one thing or the other with whatever God has decided. Anyway, I have been in the business for the past 25, 26 years. And I got into tire business, will I say by accident, because I didn't plan to be a businessman.
So do you really want to delve into that, sir?
Of course, if you want.
Okay, please do, sir.
Yeah, I definitely didn't plan to be a businessman, either to set out or sell another thing. I wanted to be a professional, especially educationalist. That is what I wanted to be. But as fate we had it, along the line, the sponsors got tired and I have to still do one or two things together. So I found myself in business.
Mr. What really intrigued you about this business? What is the motive? Like, what is the motivational point?
Yeah, the motivational thing was that when I got into the business, I felt the way that business is being done then, it was majorly being done the way our fathers were doing it. But because we went to school, we were educated, I felt I should come in to also contribute my quotas and especially enlighten the consumers about tires.
Before now, we know that concentration of tire sales were done in Idumota or Idumuba. So what really brought you to this place? And talking about the serene environment and how cool and quiet this place is, how were you able to pick this place out of every location in Lagos?
Yeah, the truth is that business in Idumota was good, but there were other things that needed to be considered that we considered then, like there in Idumota, in Idumagbo, we were tenants. You will rent your shops, and the rent of the shops was going up every day, and other things like the extortions, the issue of area boys, non-parking spaces. The customers are not finding it easy to come in and park and all this. So we felt we should come to a place where we will own, will be comfortable, and our customer will drive in and do business and go easily. That is what really motivated us to come to this place.
Mr. Judging from the serenity of the environment, how were you able to pick this place out of Lagos? How were you able to just pick this location in particular, because it's so serene and
Yeah, you are right, my dear. The truth is that this is as a result of a lot of search. We searched around, moved to so many places. We did the search for about 3 years before we eventually settled for this. We were looking for a location. We know definitely when you are relocating, you lose some customers, but we still be accessible to our customers, and we still meet more customers, and we still be within business community area. That is why we eventually settled for it.
Can I get when exactly this African Tire was established? African Tire Village. When was it established?
Yeah, we've just been here for about 5-6 years.
Wow.
It's still a very young market, because but the truth is that it hasn't been that easy. It hasn't been that easy. We moved in, we held meetings, we had resolution that all of us would move. But you know, businessmen, we did move together, all of us. But eventually we started having this problem of the challenges of people moving back. But thank God, it has been very good here.
Okay, talking about the monetary aspects, where did you get your funds from, and How were you able to fund the establishment of the village? Like when it comes to, we can see quite a number of villas, how colorful the whole place is, and how big it is. Where did you get the funds from that?
Well, thank you. The issue is that it will interest you to know that as big as this place is, we did not get a single kobo as loan from any bank.
Wow.
We did not go to any big man to borrow us money. Nobody funded us. No bank funded us. No government funded us. It was just the contribution of our members.
Wow.
Contribution of our members and the dedication of the executive board. We have young boys, young men that are ready to achieve. So we put just this thing together and we did it.
How many members do we have presently in this association? Like how many members do we have here?
Actually,
This environment.
yes. If you are talking of sellers, you are not talking of members now.
Yeah, sellers.
Because there are other people that are still selling tires here that are not registered members. But put in all, you have over 1,000 working because you have 1,000 shops and all the shops are occupied. Yeah.
Well, how many members left with you? Like, did you all leave Idumota together? And if there are any that stayed back, what were the reasons for staying back?
No, what happened was that, human beings are very difficult, especially businessmen. There are a lot of things that we consider, and we had that challenge of some of them moving back.
Okay.
So we still have some of them that have gone back, and even when we left, we were holding meetings together. We had this restriction that all of us will leave, but immediately this one becomes achievable, and we decided to leave. A segment decided that they were not coming with us. I said, no problem, you can stay. So those who came with us, some of them eventually were still moving back, and we still have them there today. I think the major thing is from their own end, they may have some ideas of because this place is a new place, and human beings are impatient, and there's competition in business. They believe they are losing customers. They want to make it fast, and Rome must not beat in a day. So we need to be patient. But majorly, the major road, that is Lagos-Badagry Expressway, is giving us a hell of a problem. Because that road is not done, and there's a lot of traffic issue. So it's disturbing business. So that alone is also a contributing factor to people going back to Idumota.
The monetary value for this village, how much is it?
We are worth slightly over 2 billion.
Over 2 million.
2 billion.
2 billion.
Slightly over
Wow.
2 billion.
Wow, and all of this came from the board.
By the grace of God.
How have you been able to combat the importation of substandard tires? How have you been able to combat the situation? People are trying to get cheap tires, and they're wanting to get tires that are cheaper than the normal price. How have you been able to combat substandard tires over time?
I want to tell you that in entire village, you cannot find a single substandard or expired tire. Reason is this: we have 2 standing committees. We have one that are called that are in charge of what you bring to the market. If you bring your containers or even a bus into the market, these committees are there. You will open it. They will see what you have brought. Then if they are, because we have other people selling other things apart from tires. So if it is tire we bring, they will drop one of them, check it. If it is expired or substandard, immediately you are taking it out. And apart from taking it out, for bringing it, we even have that audacity of bringing it in, you are paying a huge fine. So here, we are disciplined and we are law abiding. We are well organized. It is not allowed. So
how most reliable are the tires you sell in the African village? How reliable are they? Can we place a percentage on it? And even if there's a percentage, how many percentage can we place on it?
Well, I think it's 100% reliable.
100%, wow.
100% reliable.
Can you place a sound of assurance that the tires they sell here are of standard? They don't have substandard tires here. And how have you been able to check that over time? How have you been able to place a kind of check on substandard tires that come into the village?
Businessmen are sometimes can be funny, because what you do is that you are in business to make money. Some will want to go to extra mile to make that money anyhow. And that is why we have people regulating this place. We have not caught anyone. since we have made that law. Because while we were coming from, we knew things that were happening among ourselves. But because that was a street and it was not that organized, so we put those things together. So immediately we came in, we put those things under ban and we put other committees because there was a law and they know how strict we are. Nobody dares bring anything. So we have not been able to put anybody.
Do you really foresee any situation whereby Nigeria will go into the production of tires anytime soon?
I think I foresee it with the kind of a government we have at the top now. I think the way government is serious about reviving local industries. If they beat their light into tire manufacturing, I think I foresee it happening.
Okay, so let me ask you, what really gives you the conviction that Nigeria might go into production of tires anytime soon? Because we have quite a number of things we can actually focus on aside tires. Why are you so convinced that the federal government can go into production of tires anytime soon?
I think that the other confusion is that we also have businessmen that are also, Nigerians who are very good at using our brain. People are also thinking what they can do locally now, since they know that government is also concerned about local industry and locally made goods. So I think very many people also look at that direction. And most of what that are importing tire from abroad now, we can also come together because our union is also thinking along that line. We can also come together and do something inward.
Our product 100% reliable.
Very, very reliable.
Nigerian made product.
Very. When we had Michelin and Dunlop in Nigeria, no tire could compete with them. No tire could compete with those two brands. It was because they had this issue of the issue of power, and they said they were using most of their money to generate power. They have to relocate from Nigeria. The tires we are bringing here now, they are very, very high in quality. But when we had those tires, you cannot compare.
Wow, that's
so our locally made goods are very reliable.
So one must be very proud of Nigeria as a country.
I am very proud of Nigeria as a
I'm also proud
country.
of Nigeria.
Yeah.
What are your words for your core customers, vehicle owners, people that comes in here to get tires on a daily basis? What words do you have for them? What's your advice for them, sir?
My candid advice for especially the one that are just coming up, or anybody, intending to come into tire business, is the fact remains that you need to be patient. Patient, because in those days when we were in the tire business, there's a lot of money in it coming in. But now, you will spend a lot before you start getting the lead. Because you know what the economy in the country is saying now. One just need to be patient when you are coming into the tire business. And for those that are coming up, I advise them not to just have, not to cut corner anyway. Not go and cut corner because you want to bring substandard. You want to cut corner because you want to sell the expire because the price. No. Just be patient and do the right thing. At the right time, money will come.
Let's go to a organizer by the roadside. How do you think he can actually look out for substandard tires? What are the measures placed for him to get to know if a tire is substandard or not? And how can they battle the fight against substandard tires?
That is why we are organizing fora for them. Every now and then, we organize forum here. We invite organizers. We lecture them. This is what you do. If you have tires, this is what you look at before you know that this tire is good or bad. Then if you have any issue, come to us with your customer. We are here to settle it for you. Because they are trained on only to fix and remove tires. They are not trained on how to examine tires or whatever. We are trained on that. So we work together. They have an association here. They have in the States. So whenever we are having a forum as regard tires here, we bring them in. We talk to them. We run workshops. We do everything so that they know whatever happens to tire when it happens to it.
Okay, thank you very much. At this point, I must say I'm very grateful for how far you've actually given me a lot of answers to my questions. But before I leave it, I want you to tell me, what's your basic advice for the federal government as regards production of tires in the country? And do you have any other advice for them outside production of tires?
My advice for them as regards this business, this tire issue, is that there are things I want government to look at. One is the issue of these foreigners in this business. Gradually, they are sending the indigenous tire importers and tire marketers away from business. And this does not happen in other countries. We travel a lot. We also travel to Dubai, to China, to whatever, to all other countries, especially about this tire business. When you get into a country, you cannot say you are anybody and you want to do the business you like. No, not because we want to encourage foreign investors. We now begin to push our own people away from business. These foreigners now, they are actually taking over all tire business now. You see, they are the one that we are buying from. They are also in the country. They now engage some people, some graduates, and call them their representative, and they give them targets.
Do we have any?
How can you? Yes, no, we don't allow it out. No. How can you engage somebody to sell tires and you give him targets as if it's a banker? Now these boys, because they want to meet targets, they will now go into motor parks, they will go into garages. Even the companies that we are supplying, they will go into this company and start marketing. Now tell me, how do I compete with somebody I'm buying from if you are going to sell at the same point? Now the facility they refuse to give to us, they will give it to a company, a transport company that know it has big haulage, and they won't give that facility to us. So thereby they are sending us out of business. So government should look into that. Otherwise, a lot of people will be thrown out of business. And here, what you do, you'll be interesting to know that every year in this market, at least 50 millionaires will be made. Because that is it. We settle our boys every year. Almost, you will not see, at least in a year, you will see about 50 people or 30 people that is settle a boy every year. And when we mean settle a boy is that he serves you for about 3 or 4 years. It's okay, you have not learned the business. Go and start on your own. You must give him at least ₦1 million to start with.
Wow.
So if we are doing that, government need to encourage us because we are creating jobs. But if you are doing that and government are allowing foreigners to come because they want to encourage foreign investors, they are now allowing them to push us out of business. I mean, what kind of future does the nation have? That is one of the challenges. Another is categorizing tire as rubber products. Agri tire is made with rubber. But the category government has placed it now. We cannot walk into bank and open from M to get our loan. We source our forest now from black market. So that makes importation for us so hard and so expensive. So it makes tire also expensive when they come to Nigeria. Tire should be removed from that group because we do not have tire manufacturing company in Nigeria. If tire is being manufactured locally, we don't need to go abroad and import. Even if you are going to import, it is just be supplementary to what we are producing here. So the issue is that they should remove us from that group, allow us to go to the bank and source for us, so that we can bring in tires at low prices and the customers will enjoy it at low prices too. You can imagine the China tire that we sell in those days for 3,000, 4,000. The least you can get now start from 11,000, 12,000 because it's sourced from the black market. Another thing is that this issue of DOT, what we call DOT is the date you see on the tire. That date you see on the tire is the manufacturing date, not expiry date. Now, what they have not done, what Nigerian government are saying now through the agency that is monitoring it is that tires expires in 4 years. And this, well, what we are saying is that enough research has not been done on that. Enough research should be done before we can say this is how long a tire can stay on the shelf or whatever. We need to do more research. Tire is not drug. Tire is not food. When Oyinbo make drug or food, they will write manufacturing date and the expiry date. Expiry date is not written on tire, it's only manufacturing date. So we should do more research and arrive at how do we arrive at 4 years? How do we arrive? And more orientation should be on that, especially from the Federal Road Safety Commission and whoever is in charge. what they only mention to people is that tire expires, tire expires. They don't even tell them that, okay, if tire expires in 4 years, according to what they are saying, even though we still need more research on it, if it has, that means what you have on tire is manufacturing date. It means if a tire is manufactured in 2009 and you say tire expires in 4 years, it means that tire is going to expire in 2023. Now, if a product expires in 2023, can't you use that product in 2020? Can't you use it in 2021? But now this is 2019. This is 2019. If FRC see anybody carrying tire of 2017 or 2018, they will begin to embarrass those people. Look at your tire, 2018, 2017. So it gives us a problem as marketers. When our customers come now, they insist on getting tires of current date, of 2019. And if I import a tire last year, 2018, I import like 10 containers, and in those years, I'm able to source maybe about 7 or 8. What do I do with the remaining 2? Should I throw them into Lagu? There's no system of buying back for us. It means those 2 containers now become my problem. This is where you force businessmen to now begin to do one thing or the other because they don't want to lose. The government should look into that. We should do a lot of research before we arrive on that. Then if you now tell people that tire expire, let us tell them that you can still buy 2017 tires in 2020. You can still buy 2018 tires in 2021. Not that you just tell them that this and they come and start giving us problems. If anybody comes here now and you have tires of 2018, to sell it becomes a problem. Instead, that customer trusts you and believe that whatever you give him is okay with it.
Okay, sir. Aside the fact that you give your boys ₦1 million to start their own business after a few years of services, what other measures do you have in place to better the lives of members in the association?
Yeah, we have a lot of measures. One, the complex itself. I mean, the market itself is insured, but we are thinking of an insurance policy for every member now. That all our members, even the boys that are serving, are insured. We are thinking of that. Another thing we are thinking is working with banks with our shops. If you have a shop, we want to work with the bank that can come in and give you soft loan with your shop, with which you can trade, and the union stand in between you as a guarantee for you, as a guarantor for you, telling the bank that he's our member, he's the owner of this shop, he cannot run away. Please give him loan to do business. So we are thinking of a lot of things to benefit the life, to improve the life of our members.
At this point, I must say I'm very, very grateful for your time, and I'm very, very grateful for the answers you've been able to give my questions over time. I must really, really appreciate your well of wisdom. We never run dry, and I want to say thank you for making me drink out of the well. Even if I'm not the only one drinking from the well, I'm very sure our viewers out there will definitely drink from the well. I'm very grateful, sir, and I must say, would you grant us this kind of attention when next we come?
I'm always here. I'm the leader of the market. I'm the president. Here is my place.
Thank you very much for your time. We are really grateful, sir. One would say Alhaji Isa Akombi Mohammed is really, really blessed, and his well of wisdom is very, very deep. In fact, I've learnt more than enough about tire making. I've learnt more than enough about the tire industry, and I'm very sure you have also learnt 1 or 2 things about the tire industry. Talking about how Africa Tire Village came to existence, it's really, really a wonderful one, and I'm very sure you've got something to learn about that. So don't go anywhere. Just stay glued to Nata News TV, as we've got more than enough and interesting interviews to come your way, and also interesting programs to come to your view. Don't go anywhere, stay glued. I am Eunice Ayobami. Don't go anywhere.
Mr. Bernard Anthony.
How long have you been here, sir?
It's over 20 years.
It's over 20 years. So that means you've been with Africa Tire Village since inception.
Definitely.
So what are the challenges so far? Like, what can you say about the village so far?
It's boiled down to government bad policies. You can see from along the Badagry road, there is no road. Even if you sell, the truck conveyed to our customers, there's no road. They won't bring in from the companies, no road. So even customer coming in by themselves to pick the goods, no road. So the by road of a thing is a big problem on its own. Coupled with Southern Foreign Exchange for those that are important.
Okay.
All this is a compound problem.
So, sir, what can you say are the challenges you face in bringing this tire village as big as this? What are the challenges you face so far to make this place as beautiful and as big as this? What challenges did you face over time?
We thank God with the wisdom of our president, the person of Alhaji Isa Mohammed. He encouraged members and carried members along. We did not take any loan from the bank. It's just from the fund contributed by the members. We're able to put on this structure.
Okay, sir. What are the advice you have? What's your advice for other tire dealers like you, sir?
Well, we have some stubborn members that refuse to move in with us. They're still in the streets. And you know, with government policies and all this that they're saying, they don't want a street trading in Lagos. If they move in here, the market will help. It will help the market to sit well properly.
Sorry, I have to put you there. Moving in is a price affordable enough for them to actually come up with?
No, some of them they have
acquiring a shop and
no. Some of them they have shops here, but due to the bad road, they said that the traffic and their customers are not coming here. They felt Island is still a little bit less congested. This thing for them.
Okay. So that's the challenge you have.
That's the challenge, yeah.
That's the challenge. So your advice for people that use this tire out there, like road users, commuters, bus owners, car owners, drivers, and mechanics.
You can see we have a space for parking lots. Some of them, there's no any customer that comes in here. They feel very happy that they say it's not street market, not where area boys can molest you. You drive in and park and pick your tires and go. No duping, no taxing, no nothing. You can see by yourself.
I am Cosmas CEO Oba by name.
How long have you been here, sir?
We've been here since 2014.
2014.
Yes.
So what really inspired you to be a tire seller?
I really like selling tire because tire is one of the movable business as far as Nigeria is concerned.
Okay, it's one of the movable business
Yeah,
as far as Nigeria is concerned.
Yes, I find joy in selling tires.
Oh, okay. Before you came to African Tire Village, have you been in the business over time?
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the business before you came into African Tire Village?
You mean tire business or any other business?
Yes, the tire business.
I've been in business for more than 15 years before coming to African Tire Village. The challenges we are having is especially in creating the tire business in the ports, custom duty and the way the sons are disturbing people in tire and all this date issue. If you import tire now and you do not sell it in 1 year time, selling it will be a problem because some people will say, I don't want tire of 2018. Even now, people don't like buying tire that carries the date of 2018. They request buying the tire of 2019. So when you are giving them 2018 tire, they don't like buying it.
Okay, sir,
And it's a very big challenge in this business. It has been disturbing us too much.
Okay, sir, can you tell me how lucrative this business has been over time for you? How lucrative it has been?
The business has been very fine before.
Okay.
But since 2-3 years now, the thing is it's not more encouraging.
Do you have an idea why it is like that?
The idea I have about it is this government. This is their government team, and the system government is using now to run the tire business.
Okay, sir, what's your advice for your fellow tire dealers in your village?
My advice to them is that we continue praying to God to help us because it's only God that can help.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, well.
My name is Anthony Omezomo. We've been in tire business for over maybe 20 years or above.
20 years. So
yes.
you've been with African Village since inception?
Yes, right from where they updated to here.
So how has it been so far? Like, what challenges have you faced so far, and how have you been able to overcome
It's
them?
not all that bad. Challenges arise and we handle them by the help of both individual and the help of the executives. The chairmen will handle them both generally and personally to find way out to handle them.
What can you say about the administration of African Tire Village?
If I were to say comment, it's the best administration I have ever think of. They tried. As a member, I believe they tried. They are really administrating it very well. If not for them, it could have been very difficult for us here. But because of that, their activeness, that is why we are finding it very easy.
Lisa, do you have any word of advice for your co-sellers or for commuters and bus drivers out there?
Well, the word of advice I have to them is that for the union to move forward, we as members have to be obedient to whatever we guide the whole people. That's the advice I have to them. Let them submit, obey. If they ask them not to do subdanza tire, obey. If they ask you not to do this, don't do it. So that things will move forward. That's my advice.
My name is Ijomu Mekete. As I told you, I have been in the business for the past 12 years. So it is not effective enough for me. Maybe I have to teach for long. But things are working out all fine. I thank God for that. If not for our administrators, I don't know where we have been. I thank God for them. They are doing very well to put everybody together, to put our market in the front wall of the whole world. They are doing advertisement, so many things. So all the administrators here, they are doing very well. Contact us, let me put it that way. So whatever they are doing, we are okay with it. Whatever decision they are taking, have to be in a meeting, conclude on it before they can't just go anything on us. So anything we are doing is in agreement with the whole members of the market and the union.
My name is Alhaji Abiodun Oyenuga, the PRO of African Tire Village.
Okay, as a public relation officer,
Yeah.
How long have you been here, sir?
I've been here for the past 5 years.
Wow, that's since inception of African
Yes.
So how have you been able to place a good image? How have you been able to portray a good image of the community to the outsiders? You know, you're an intermediary between the village and people buying, the customers. How have you been able to portray a good image of the community to outsiders out there?
Yeah, thanks for the question that you asked. We have made a long progress about making the image of the market known to the various consumers. We have made a roadshow, make an advertisement on the areas of our skill to let them to know that this is the giant African terrain that you can get the maximum and efficient tires that can give you the guarantee of life and more. So we have made a long way of projecting the market between us and the end user, even the agency that's associated with automobile system in Nigeria today.
Okay, so what are the challenges faced so far as a PRO of the community?
The challenges is so numerous that we are trying to. We have the challenges of these manufacturers, the government agency, in the areas of FRC. When a consumer will buy a tire of 4 years or 5 years, they will be telling you that it has expired and not stopped, which the FRC and all that, they are not technically, in that areas of the field. So that was a time that we engaged with the Sun, that we have a whole stakeholders that come together to harmonize how do we forge ahead on the use of fairly used tires and substantial tires. So we concluded that at the meeting we have all these manufacturing and these importers and all stuff that we all agree and said a tire that is not being used for at least for 5 years. Okay. By stacking it will come, be shading and all stuff. Okay. It's not the one that you are putting on your wheel that rolls every daily basis. That you'll be saying that because something was bought in 2012, then you saw it on 2015, and you are not saying that it has expired. It's because they didn't have the technical ideas of what they are saying. And since we have been trying to go along with the public to sanitize them and say this and this, but the challenge we have is that they will go and stop them on the road and start giving them a source of embarrassment, and it's killing the business. Then the number two is that the government itself are not making the indigenous to progress. The reason is this: when they are saying that okay, the foreigners, maybe they get intensive of loans from the foreign country. But in our own case, the bank is not helping, because when you go to them, they give you about 25 or 27%. While then in overseas, they give maybe you about 0.5%. And there is no way. And when you bring it to the terminal here, you still pay another high fee of importation and non-stop. So that one brings all these things on the tires, and before you could sell it to the end user, it becomes very high. And they will engage your customers by going to door-to-door campaign, by selling to them, which we cannot singularly fight alone, but the government should come and regulate. In China today, if you go to China today, non-China people will go to China to say, I want to go and buy from a single company like that. You go through an agent which has been licensed to meet any country that wanted to purchase any, even in US and all that. They have to protect the interests of their own citizens. But in our own case, it's not been done. Instead of them, they reverse and fight against us, and which is affecting the citizens. Then the road is not helping the situation at all. The neighboring country that used to come down to international trade here, they find it difficult because of all the big potholes and all that. Even the challenge we have in port, this my two stop, when they start parking their truck on the road, it will be very, very tedious for a customer to just drive in easily and come in and buy whatever he wanted to buy. So there is a lot of challenges we have seen. The so-called company that we used to buy with the dealers and non-stop, they will go to the end user by selling to them 1, 2, 3, the same price that they are selling to Nigerians. So it's only the government that can help us to regulate in that area. But the other ones are the challenges of general something which the government have to look into, like the road that I just mentioned.
During the visit to the African Tire Village, and after talking to the president of the African Tire Village, Alhaji Issa Mohammed, we've been able to go through the village, and we talked to some of the members of the village, how they've been able to overcome their challenges over time, what really inspired them to be in the business, and how it has been so far for them. In summary of the interview, majority of them actually said almost the same thing of what the president has actually said earlier, judging from the fact that they have a lot of challenges as regards the production dates placed on the tires, and how they have issues with the roads, the bad roads, and how it really shortens the customers they have. So that's a wrap for the African Tire Village. Don't go anywhere, because we still have more than enough interviews and more than enough events that you don't want to miss out. Stay glued to the screen. Nata News TV is where to be and where you must be. I am Unita Bami.